Good evening and welcome to KUTV Primetime News. We have a lot in store for you. But first, the headlines. Presidential directive for maize flour to retail at 100 Kenyan shillings. IEBC conducts second simulation of the result transmission system in election preparations. Kenya Kwanza coalition makes camp in the coast region as Azimio team takes to Turkana and Kirinyaga counties. And Sri Lankan members of parliament elects Prime Minister as president. Welcome to the broadcast. I'm in the company of Sharon Wamboi, our sign language interpreter tonight. My name is Odida. Let's get started. Now, Kenyans will start buying a 2 kg packet of maize flour at 100 Kenya shillings from the previous 205 Kenya shillings under a food subsidy announced today by President Uhuru Kenyatta. This comes after an agreement between the millers and the government. In a deal with the maize millers, the government will forgo billions of taxes collected as railway development levy and import declaration fee on all imported maize. This week, government officials from the National Treasury and the Ministry of Agriculture engaged on an intense negotiations in a bid to lower maize flour prices.
Indeed, every election in our country has attracted an unga crisis. And in fact, at times it seems to be engineered, a connection between unga and its high price and elections. There is an obvious trend between the manner the price of unga goes up and the tempo taken up during elections.
Teachers, through their umbrella body, the Kenya National Union of Teachers, NAT, have demanded a 60% salary increment from the Teacher Service Commission, TSE. NAT Secretary General Collins Oyu said that the collective bargaining agreement did not award teachers any salary increment for the next 5 years. And with the current economic challenges, teachers need money benefits. He added that the union has presented their request for TSC to present their teacher salary proposal to the Salaries and Remuneration Commission to ensure teachers receive salary increments soon. The Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, IEBC, has appealed a High Court ruling that directed it to consider presidential candidate Reuben Kigame's papers to vie in the August 9 general election. IEBC Dispute Resolution Committee disqualified Kigame from contesting in the elections on grounds that he presented fewer than 2,000 voters from each of a majority of the counties to back his bid. IEBC lamented that it will cost the taxpayer an additional close to 1 billion shillings to include the name of Reuben Kigame on the presidential ballot paper. Still on IEBC, the Commission conducted the second simulation of the result transmission system today at the Bomas of Kenya for the upcoming general election on 9th August. The simulation involved the transmission of Form 34A, which was conducted in 580 polling stations out of 46,232 polling stations across the country, compared to the 2,900 polling centers that were sampled in the first simulation on the 9th June 2022. The RTS will enable the public to follow, download, and access the election results easily. Now let's cross over to the world of politics. Kenya Kwanza coalition took their campaigns to Makueni, Taita Taveta and Kwale counties, where the coalition's leaders requested residents to rally behind Ruto's candidature in the forthcoming general elections. In addition, Ruto associated ODM leader Raila Odinga with the high cost of living and openly expressed his dissatisfaction with the price of flour in the country.
Deputy President William Ruto led the Kenya Kwanza campaigns in Makueni, Kwale and Taita Taveta counties to popularize his state house bid.
Watu wa Makueni tumekubaliana. Makueni tumekubaliana. Makini tumekubaliana. Mnasema tupange hii serikali tuokoe kila mtu.
As the momentum in the campaign trail escalated spontaneously, Ruto accused ODM leader Raila Odinga for his alleged involvement in the hike in the price of basic commodities in the country, among them the highly talked about unga prices. He added that efforts by the government to reduce unga prices at the moment were unnecessary, as he claimed that the government had the opportunity to do so before things got worse.
Sasa mimi nauliza bwana Kitendawili, wewe umekuwa ukifanya kazi na rais miaka 5 kwa hii mambo ya handshake, si ni kweli? Saa hii ndio umegundua ya kwamba bei ya unga imepanda, ndio unatuambia umeongea na rais? Kwani mlikuwa mnasema nini kila siku? Kwa miaka 5 walikuwa wanaongea kitu gani? Si hao watu ni wa kutubebea ufala? Si wanataka kutudanganya?
According to an internal memo in the Ministry of Agriculture, signed on Monday 18th July by the Permanent Secretary for Agriculture Francis Owino, the ministry opted to subsidize the production and sale prices of maize flour for a period of 4 weeks. The document indicated that 2 kilograms of unga should trade at 100 shillings from the initial 230 shillings. Politics has found its way into the cost of living discourse that has been on a constant incline, making politicians differ in ideologies over the matter. However, the drop in maize flour prices is a relevant move, since ugali is a staple food to most households in the country. Kevin Omondi, KUTV.
KUTV, in conjunction with Kenyatta University Funeral Home, is now offering death announcements immediately following on news bulletins at 7 p.m. At this sorrowful time, as you share in your grief, allow us to communicate your announcement of your loved one on KUTV in both Kiswahili and English. For more details, kindly inquire at the KU Funeral Home Service Desk or call 0736 928 380 or dial 020-359-9054.
Huu ni mradi wa Lower Kuja Irrigation Scheme ambapo wanafanya upanzi wa mpunga. Utasema kwa lugha ya kawaida mchele, lakini mchele ni wakati ushavuna.
Kuna zingine zinaenda mpaka 60 days, alafu inaanza kuzaa. Ile mpunga sasa inaweza ona mpunga yenyewe sasa. Ama zingine zinaenda mpaka 90 days ndio inaweza kuzaa.
They became became a global social media sensation when the COVID pandemic hit.
From the onset, Your Excellency, hii ni ile nilisoma kule, hiyo ingine.
The popular Huruma slums is home to these kids whose fortunes have changed thanks to their imagination, dreams and aspirations.
At first it was just ile tu kujibamba. But the more tuna get watu na to pay attention, ndio sasa tukaanza kufanya tuseme kaa hizi trailers, songs, parodies.
In an environment marred with drugs, violence and poverty, the Huruma town kids are painting a picture of the perfect Kenyan dream through their art.
Singine unataka kumimiku mtu, lakini hiyo costume ni hard kutafuta, lakini lazima tu improvise.
Join Joyce Masharia on the 21st of July as she enters into the world of the H-Town kids only on KUTV.
Technology has infiltrated many sectors, one of them being medicine. With me is Daniel Kimani, the CEO and founder of Hospital that connects healthcare providers with the underserved in the society.
So if you look at a hospital at current state is, we can say we are just starting at what we have in mind. We are building a virtual hospital for doctors. We are trying to bring that physical hospital to the doctor side, like the moment doctor enter a hospital, the moment they leave. We give you a chance to upload the reports to our platform, then assign it to a doctor. We give you the capability of personalizing a doctor. I want to be getting ex-doctor for the rest of my services.
Welcome back. Let's continue the bulletin. With only 19 days left before the general election is held in the country, the Azimio team has intensified its campaigns. Azimio flag bearer Raila Odinga took his campaigns to Turkana County with great focus on Turkana East constituency. Odinga promised that if he wins the elections on August 9, his government will address the security issue in the area. This followed as his running mate Martha Karua campaigned in Kirinyaga County.
Azimio Presidential Secretariat has intensified the campaigns of the coalition in Turkana County with a campaign targeting Turkana East. The ODM leader Raila Odinga is seeking to win more votes from the greater Turkana region while promising that his government will provide a permanent solution to the perennial security issue that has been a problem for a long time.
Sasa tumepeana notisi kwa wale tunakwenda kushindana nao. Juzi niliona yule jamaa akijigamba ati yeye anaweza kushinda baba. Ati yeye hako na watu nini baba anaogopa. Nataka ajue kama baba hawezi kuogopa.
Odinga also promised to bring experts to establish factories to deal with minerals in the area, including gold, oil and gas, as well as establish various industries in the area.
Tutajenga viwanda eneo hii. Unaweka nyuma yenu hapa kielekea kule kuna soko kubwa sana. Iko hapa South Sudan, iko Central African Republic, iko Uganda, iko Ethiopia, iko kule DRC Congo mpaka Cameroon, sio? Tutajenga viwanda pande hii. Tunatengeneza bidhaa hapa na tunasafirisha huko, tunauza huko nje. Sawa?
A day after the deputy presidential debate, Odinga's running mate Martha Karua went to her home county Kirinyaga, where she met with the county's women leaders. Karua encouraged them to choose leaders who are righteous, honest, dignified and honorable.
Tujue ya kwamba nchi haiwezi endelea bila heshima, bila kuaminika, bila utu. Na nchi hii wamama ndio kila kitu. Kwa hivyo mimi mwenyewe namshukuru kinara wangu Raila Amolo Odinga kwa kunipatia hii nafasi ya running mate. ananijua, ananielewa na anajua iko mahali nitasema mbaya ni mbaya.
The Azimio team is striving to grab as many seats in the houses and win the hearts of many voters as possible from all parts of the country. With only 19 days left before the general elections, the aspirants from different seats have to work around the clock to gang support before the campaign window is closed. Mwaka Samuel, KUTV.
Today, 101 people have tested positive for COVID-19 from a sample size of 2,222 tested in the last 24 hours. The positivity rate is now at 4.5%. Total confirmed positive cases, therefore, are 337,005. 88 people have recovered. The number of total recoveries is now at 330,193. Unfortunately, 2 patients have succumbed to the disease. Therefore, the cumulative fatalities is now at 5,670. Now, yesterday's deputy presidential debate has elicited mixed reactions among the Kenyans after they keenly followed the 4 deputies present their agendas and plans should they clinch power. City residents are now eagerly waiting for the presidential debate slated for next week. Listening.
Following yesterday's deputy presidential debates, Kenyans have expressed different views on who captured the interest of their hearts. The first round was between Justina Wamai of Roots Party and Ruth Mutua of Agano Party, where they had a chance to showcase their manifestos on behalf of their presidential partners.
Our idea as Roots Party is that every Kenyan is having the challenge of unemployment, high cost of living.
I'm looking for a happy mother who will attest that mtoto wake amevuta bangi and they are okay. Yeye mwenyewe pia najua ni mama. Nataka kujua atakubali mtoto wake avute bangi on that 10th.
The second round was between Rigathi Gachagua of Kenya Kwanza and Martha Karua of Azimio, who also were given ample time to tell Kenyans what exactly they plan in their leadership if elected into the office. The debate touched on key issues affecting the country, with the subject of corruption dominating the course.
I am a hard-working man. I am very passionate. I have zeal to serve. I am an active man. I wake up early. I don't take alcohol. I have all the time and the commitment to put my all to serve the people of Kenya.
I represent the Azimio hope for this country. Azimio, together with Kenyans of goodwill, is out to rescue this country from the stranglehold of corruption cartels.
Each candidate well articulated their plans on fighting the menace, which has become a thorn in the flesh and also a blueprint of their work in the first 100 days if elected to office. According to a spot check by KUTV, Kenyans aired their varied views, generally on what they feel about the debate and competency of the candidates.
The message that they did, especially the 2 protagonists, that is Karua and the other gentleman, they spend so much of their time attacking each other instead of us getting the main issues.
The presidential debate has stirred up mixed reactions in the country as Kenyans continue to air their views on who they think among the 4 deputies made their expectations. And as the elections draw closer, Kenyans are anticipating the presidential debate next week. Nyambura Kabura, KUTV.
Thank you, Nyambura, for that report. Now, moving on, First Lady Margaret Kenyatta has promised to continue supporting disadvantaged groups in the country. Speaking on Tuesday at State House in Nairobi, when she received a delegation from Precious Blood Children's Family and Ghetto Classics, she said she will still be there for the less fortunate in the country.
of giving is a sign of generosity. The First Lady Margaret Kenyatta has shown her generosity by giving back to the society. Speaking at the State House on Tuesday, after receiving delegations from Precious Blood Children's family from Kawangware and Ghetto Classics music from Korogosho slums in Nairobi, the First Lady promised to still be there for the less fortunate in the country, although President Kenyatta's tenure ends soon.
To old friends and new friends, and you've heard you don't just need to be lawyers. Yeah? I just want to thank you for the love. I'm just overwhelmed.
The First Lady said she will again begin to work with the Precious Blood Children's family. During the ceremony, the two groups presented First Lady with presents in recognition for her excellent service to marginalized groups in the country.
I'll be there in whichever way I can.
Speaking during the event, the director of Precious Blood Children's family, Sister Anne Grace, and Executive Director Elizabeth Njoroge thanked the First Lady for her tireless and exemplary support to the two organizations.
Seen women suffering in the slums, and that has been solved through them going to the hospital, and everything goes on well and free of charge. I think Mama needs a clap, and a good one.
We work with the very same people that you do, and children, the musicians who you're about to hear, are exactly like you.
The ceremony was attended by scores of children and youths from the two organizations, as well as senior officials of the two organizations. Imaset Stacy, KUTV.
The World Vision Kenya, in collaboration with Kenya Library Services, launched an initiative at Olonganayo Primary School aimed at supporting early childhood development programs in Narok County. The initiative is sponsored by Lego Foundation and Aga Khan Foundation and is expected to benefit about 2,000 children in 20 primary schools in the county, as Irungu Kagutha reports.
The launch of this project coincides with the Lego Foundation's 90th anniversary, with the theme being Build a World of Play, with the aim of highlighting the importance of playing among children and their parents or caregivers. Narok and Bomet's World Vision Cluster Manager, Ms. Mirasin Meiguran, stated that the project will be implemented in 18 months and is expected to improve the learning standards of children in targeted primary schools.
The Lego Foundation CEO is mentioning that it is easy, it is possible, it only requires the will for everyone to take a role in ensuring that we are creating a play environment for children to learn.
Narok County Commissioner Isaac Masinde praised the program and stated that forceful female genital mutilation and marrying off of school-going girls was illegal and warned that anyone caught engaging in these practices will be arrested.
The national government haitakubali ati watoto wasichana wanalazimishwa kuoswa kwa wazee na mambo ya FGM. Serikali haitakubali hata inchi moja. Our president Mheshimiwa Uhuru Kenyatta alijikomiti yeye mwenyewe in the international community kwamba mambo ya FGM inaisha mwaka huu wa 2022.
Narok County Executive Member in charge of Education and Youth Affairs, Ms. Cecilia Woupari, thanked the implementers of this program as well as the teachers for promoting education in the county and urged parents to be supportive of their children throughout this process.
Mwalimu aweze kubadilisha akili mpaka ikapefuka ikawa ni yenye kutamaniwa na watu wote. Kwa hivyo kongole walimu, kazi yenu ni bora, tunawapenda, tunawadhamini, muendelee kutia nakshi kwa sababu safari hii ni ngumu, lakini kama mwalimu ameshikilia usukani, tuna habari kwamba tutafaulu na tutashinda. Asanteni walimu.
This program is also being implemented in Kakamega and Nairobi counties and targets about 6,000 learners and 5,000 caregivers in all the chosen counties. Irongo Kagoda, KUTV, Nairobi.
Sri Lanka members of parliament have elected Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe as the country's new president after defeating his rival for the job Dulus Alaperuma with 132 votes to 82 in the parliamentary vote. This comes shortly after Sri Lanka ex-president Gotabaya Rajapaksa fled the country last week after thousands of protesters stormed his presidential residence and other government buildings, calling for his resignation and that of Mr. Wickremesinghe, the then Prime Minister. As the new president, Mr. Wickremesinghe faces the duty of leading the country out of its economic collapse and restoring public order after months of unrest in the country. We are taking our second short break. We will be back with sports. Stay tuned.
What is this magic? I need that magic.
Somebody call 911. Anything for your girl, give me more.
Hello everyone, this is the new chapter of Let's Be Fit. I'll be host DiCaplo. I'm here to give you various workouts. I'll be having different trainers. We'll have Zumba classes, we'll have aerobics classes, we'll have box exercise, we'll have kata box, just name them. The show comes every Thursday from 6:30 a.m. to 7 a.m. Keep it locked. Make sure we keep fit. And that's it from me to you. Let's be fit.
You need to look for high quality friends.
I'm from Kingston, Jamaica, you know Portmore. That's my village.
Kanga tu chini hapo ukinyepia ukikatia mademo akipita.
Sinaweza saa hii nimekuja kukopesa choo.
Ukiwa na dukuduku la michezo, tunafungua sanduku la dukuduku kwa ufahamu zaidi. Kila danadana, mitimko, mifiatuko na harakati zote ugani, sisi ni wako mwandani. Kukurukakara zote nyanjani, haziwezi kuangaziwa zaidi ya micharazo michezoni. Mimi mwanaspoti wako matata Peter Pinches Mwaora, ndakuwa na jopo lenye maarifa sufufu, nikufahamishe na nikuburudishe wewe shabiki shakiki kwa uhakiki na kindakindaki.
Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. Now let's take a look at what's happening in the world of sports. The four-time former national hammer throw champion Linda Oseso is among 8 athletes included in the athletics team ahead of Commonwealth Games slated for 28th of July to 8th of August 2022. National hammer throw champion Lucy Omondi, sprinter Millicent Ndoro, Alexander Kiprotich, and 2014 Commonwealth Games javelin champion Julius Yego also joining the list. Commonwealth Games 3,000 meters steeplechase silver medalist Abraham Kibiwot has been dropped from the team, with Amos Kirui taking up his place. that brings us to the end of our bulletin tonight. Many thanks indeed for keeping us company. Be sure to join Emmanuel Kutosi tomorrow for the prime time bulletin. I'm in the company of Sharon Wamboi. My name is Odida. Have a good night.